Governor Natembeya's impeachment is fast cooking, and MCAs, some of them have already been promised 5 million Kenyan shillings to make the threat come true. First hand, they should be given 2 million and the 3 million will follow suit. So, Ruto's regime is simply fearing criticism that is actually painting them in a bad light, which is actually true, because we've seen Ruto's regime have been so immense in terms of false promises and a culture of lies. President Ruto has become a perennial liar, and who doesn't know that? Actually, this allegation comes from none other than the YPI leader, Kalonzo Musyoka.
A gentleman called Kanoti approaches me, Secretary General of ANC, ya Musalia Mudavadi. And they're telling me, huyu jamaa ameenda peke yake. And then they get MCAs from Tanzania. We know what you are doing. And if you don't believe in the spirit of gangsterism, listen to this. 5 million shillings kwa meza. You sign impeachment ya Natembeya, collect 2 million. Ukimaliza kazi, the 3 million utachukua. Is that the type of democratic leadership we expect? And the paymasters are known. I think we will expose them as we go on. Simply because you cannot take criticism. Well, the country has moved. The country, I repeat, is united around one common theme. Peleka zakayo nyumbani.
Apart from Ruto saying that the country is united in one denominator, which is Ruto must go, he also criticized the President William Ruto, asking him, you say that there is this bonus that Mumia's farmers are going to get, the sugarcane farmers. Where is this bonus going to come from? Expressing the possibility of Ruto registering aliens as voters to make sure that they vote in 2027 so that they can help him maintain his presidency.
Wait a minute, Mr. President. Wait, this 150 million, by the way, too little. Imagine 150 million shillings. Where are you getting this money from? It's not in our budget. It is not that Peter Salasya doesn't want his constituents to benefit. But first of all, he acknowledges it's like a handout, it's like a bribe, yeah? And if it is a bonus, it needs to come through the processes. These are the days of accountability. And we hope William Ruto's administration is not going to register aliens as voters. We suspect there could be plans underfoot to register aliens, non-Kenyans.
Deep into politics, Musalia Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, seems to be taking us for a ride, because just the other day in Luanda, he was saying the president has not refused, or the government has not refused to constitute the IEBC. But what is happening is that there are persons who took case in the court stopping IEBC from making appointments. So he says it's those people who should withdraw that case so that the president goes ahead and appoint IEBC, since now he's appointing the president as someone who obeys the law. Let me ask something. The impeachment over the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua, in less than 3 months, everything was fast-tracked, and the court did that as a matter of national interest. It was so expedited. Now, why can't this IEBC be pressured to the court as a matter of national interest, and that it should be expedited so fast? This case be heard and also be determined. So, who is playing who? Because we already know there are so many court orders that William Samoei Ruto has defied. So, how comes he's saying he cannot talk to the judges? He's the president, for heaven's sake, he's the executive. Yes, I know the judiciary should be independent, but it is not. He has also influence in the judiciary. If he wants, that case could be heard within a week or two and determined to finality. Whatever the court needs or whatever the petitioners need will either be done and then they will have the IEBC to start a fresh voter registration. First of all, before I continue with my criticism, listen to what Mudavadi got to say about the IEBC constitution.
Watu wamekuwa wakisinzia na wakidanganya kwamba Mheshimiwa William Ruto amekataa kuunda tume ya uchaguzi. Ati yeye hataki IEBC iundwe. Na kumbe hawa jamaa walikuwa wameenda kotini kuzuia IEBC isiundwe. Sasa mimi nataka niwaambie, Mheshimiwa Ruto hakuenda mahakamani kusimamisha kutengenezwa kwa IEBC. Yeye yuko tayari. Tunasema wale walienda kotini waondoke huko, watoe hiyo mambo yao huko, wapeane nafasi Mheshimiwa Rais aunde IEBC, kwa sababu nchi hii ni ya demokrasia na Mheshimiwa Ruto hawezi keuka sheria. Lazima angoje mambo ya koti ikwishe ndio aendelee mbele. Kwa hivyo watu wasilete uongo wa kudanganya kwamba serikali ya Ruto ndio haitaki uchaguzi.
Of course, we are being taken for a ride. Because who doesn't know? We have people who haven't registered as voters. They want to. The Gen Zs who really are so hungry about getting registered in the IEBC because they want so early in the morning to get done with the people who are sympathizers of the Kenya Kwanza government, the Ruto himself, and the perpetrators of violence in this country, so that they could be taken back home and we have fresh leadership from the youthful generation. Well, that said, the leaders in Mount Kenya are now lamenting that Mount Kenya region has been sidelined by the president. This comes from the earlier talks by one of the leaders that the region is already sliding and the president has already lost that region and should not even concentrate on that region. This did not augur well with the cronies and those who not support the government. I call them sycophants. But now they forget they were united to kick a brother out. But right now, it is the turn. Now, let me tell you something. Never unite to fight your brother with an outsider. If something is wrong, go back in the house, solve it, and come back strong as before.
The politics of setting one community against others or certain communities against one community is retrogressive. That is the kind of thinking and the kind of utterances that led to the extermination of people in Germany by the Nazis. This is the kind of talk of us against them that ignited the genocide in Rwanda. And actually, I have forwarded your clip to the NCIC, and I've also asked the Committee of Parliament on National Cohesion and Equal Opportunity to actually write to you to appear before that committee. And we are going to make a recommendation based on your utterances that actually you have grossly violated the Constitution, and on the basis of that, you should lose your seat as a representative of the people in this country. This impunity has to come to an end. The president cannot be moving around the country talking about uniting Kenyans, and then you are in that entourage and you are advocating for the isolation of one sector of this country. That behavior is unbecoming. That behavior cannot be accepted from a person who is being paid and occupying by Kenyan taxpayers and occupying a position created by the Constitution. Honorable Wanyama, by the time we resume Parliament, and because I have known you for a long time, I am contemplating filing a constitutional case against you for gross violation of the Constitution.
You see, the president cannot go around the nation telling us that he's actually preaching a peace. There is no violence in Kenya. Kenyans themselves love each other. There's enough unity in Kenya. There's nobody who is against in terms of citizenry. We are not against each other. The only people who should preach peace to themselves are these leaders whom we have, who have been oppressing us, the citizenry, for a very long time. You cannot preach peace where there is immense peace. There is enough peace in Kenya. There is unity. Kenyans love each other. They show each other's shoulders to lean on whenever you're going through a hard time. I mean, go to the social media and get to know the mad love that Kenyans have for each other. It's only you leaders who are trying to create these boundaries among Kenyans. You are trying to segregate Kenyans along tribal lines, along regional lines. You cannot, because of course, you know, you cannot do race division. Now what you want to do is tribal division. Hey, that won't work in this century. These are totally new generation that they fight against the frontiers of racism, the frontiers of regionalism, the frontiers of tribalism. None of that is making sense to them anymore. And you can't bring us a history of before this person fought for us, this person did this for us. No, they are the heroes of these generation because they deal with what they can see, not what they can hear. What's your take on all this? Give us your comment in the comment section below. If you're watching from my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press the notification button so anytime that we are live, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Halif is my name for the Unscripted Talks here in Durb Radio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Durb Radio ndio mpango mzima.